Hello, boils and ghouls. Welcome to Watchers Podcast with your hosts, Brad and Colson.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Why are you doing this to us?
Because you were home.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told it was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name's Brad, here with Colson Oliver.
Hello.
And this is the start of the show, so hopefully you give us consent to wiggle right into your ears.
That's right.
And listen to what we have to say.
Yeah.
Colson, how you doing today?
I've been better.
Yeah?
Usually I'm always good. How are you?
Yeah.
But
I'm nervous.
I bought Kellogg's Rice Krispie cereal.
Okay.
You a fan?
Yeah?
Okay. The box that I got, it's like you're chewing pebbles.
What?
Yeah. They're supposed to be puffed, nice pieces of rice.
Yeah.
These are, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like pouring uncooked Uncle Ben's rice into a bowl and trying to eat it. Half the bowl is nice puffed rice cereal.
Yeah.
The other half sinks to the bottom, and it's literally like rice.
That's crazy.
I've been buying cereal for my whole life. Love cereal, love all kinds. For some reason, this literally feels like it's going to break your teeth.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that happening before.
First time for me. I've been buying it. Like I say, I've had the Rice Krispies since far back as I can remember.
Huh. Don't
know what the hell's going on.
So what makes you more angry, that or the Will Smith slap?
The Will Smith slap.
Okay.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic, what's your favorite cereal?
I like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
What about you?
I flip-flop, but I like mini wheats.
Mini wheats are some of my favorites.
Yeah, it's such a great texture,
Yeah.
biting into them.
Oh,
it's like
I love
eating
it.
tiny little hay bales.
That's right. Have you had the strawberry kind?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
So good.
There's literally not a cereal that I'm like, yuck. I'll eat everything.
Even grape nut?
I've never had it, but I'll try it.
They cut the nuts off a grape for that one.
Yeah, and I've had grape nut ice cream, and I don't like that.
That makes me angry.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Imagine just having like delicious vanilla ice cream and be like, you know what, make this better?
Yeah.
Hard little crunchy pieces of shit.
That's right.
It's like, there.
That's right. That's exactly it.
It makes me so angry.
Yeah.
But I get on a rant about grape nut ice cream more than an average person would.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's annoying me this week.
Yeah.
I brought up Kellogg's.ca to complain, and I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know back in the day I bought a bag of Miss Vicky's. I think it was jalapeno I bought.
Yeah.
And it was a black pepper and lime in the bag. And I was like, well, that's bizarre. I'll eat them. Mm-hmm. And then I messaged them and I was like, hey, just so you know, I had this bag of jalapeno and it had black pepper and lime. Mm-hmm. And then they sent me like 10 free voucher things. So I was hoping that Kellogg's would do that, but I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
That's not what you do these days anyway. You go to Twitter and act very angry.
That's right. I want Kellogg's fired!
Yes.
So anyway, one box out of, I don't know, hundreds that I've had. It's just weird. I've never experienced it. So that's what's throwing me off this week. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
Thankfully, didn't have any issue like that.
That's good.
We just started a month-long thing at work called Burger Love.
Right.
For anyone who's not in the know of what it is. It's a month-long burger contest. We use island beef in all the burgers. And a bunch of restaurants do, like, extravagant burgers with a ton of weird toppings and, like, cool stuff on them.
Yeah.
Normally there's, like, 100. There's, like, 20 this year.
I was literally going to ask you, because we looked it up yesterday, and we were like, there's, like, 20, I think it was 24 that I counted, or 23.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And my wife was like, yeah, isn't there usually, like, 100 or 80? And I was like, I think so, because we used to buy those maps, or get the map things, and it was like 10 rows of 10.
Yeah.
And yeah, now there's just not very many.
No.
So
it's shrunk quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's pretty cool to look at and pick and choose which ones look good and look very different. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of work on that, prep and rolling burgers into balls.
Yeah, do you guys, where you work, do you get a lot of requests for it through the month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few.
Okay.
We had like one of those big blue bus pans.
Right.
Full of burgers, like 2 rows
Okay.
deep. The first day, we were almost through the whole pan.
Wow.
So we'll go through a lot.
Right.
Like,
okay.
yeah, so almost 50 pounds of beef on the first day, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are going to eat a lot of cows.
That's right.
Anyway, it's not a food podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything?
I did. I watched a movie on Netflix called The Last Blockbuster.
Oh.
Yeah.
Documentary about the
last Blockbuster. That's right. Have you watched that?
I don't think I have. I think I just seen the trailer for it.
Okay.
Is Kevin Smith in it?
He is, yeah.
Okay, maybe that's why. Because
Okay.
I listened to his podcast and he talks about it.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot. It bummed me out.
Yeah.
Because you see, like, I personally wasn't a Blockbuster person. I only went there to buy previously viewed movies later on. I never rented from there.
Yeah. So you're part of the problem.
Yeah. I use the mom and pop ones.
Yes.
Where I used to live. And I also used what we had Rogers Video, which would have been the rival to Blockbuster, but they had an adult section. The documentary is pretty cool. They ask like, what killed Blockbuster, and everybody's like, Netflix, and it's really what not did them in.
Oh, okay.
They explain some cool things, and it's a well done, good documentary.
Huh.
So I recommend that, checking it out.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a Blockbuster guy myself. Kind of the same thing. I didn't have one close by.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
The closest Blockbuster to me was 45 minutes away.
Right.
So whenever they were closing, I bought a lot of their movies from them. But there was another video store called That's Entertainment.
Right.
That I used to love going to. It was huge.
Yeah.
And it just had like some of the most obscure stuff that I had never seen before.
Yeah.
And I would just wander around looking at what they had.
Yeah, I remember because it closed as well. Obviously, there's none left on where we live.
Yeah.
Jumbo Video was it was a holdout for it lasted a decent amount of time, but then even that's gone now.
Yeah.
But
it's funny, we do have one gas station
That's
minutes
right.
away from
That's
us
right.
that rents movies, but I have most.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I always said if I win the lottery, like I'd have to win a decent amount, more than would ever be used in a lifetime for myself. I would open up a video store.
Me too.
Just to hang out in there all day.
Yep.
You know, hire like a friend or whatever just to bullshit with.
Can I come?
Exactly. You're the friend that I'll
Sweet.
hire. And I wouldn't even charge people for the movies. I would say, give me a $50 deposit. You get it back when the movie comes back.
Yeah.
That way they're not going to steal it. And if they damage it or whatever, we keep the deposit. That would be the thing.
Yeah.
And then, because you don't need to make money if you're a multi-millionaire.
Exactly.
But
it's just for the fun and the love of movies.
It's fun and exactly. So that's a dream.
Yeah. Oh, but, I hear you.
We'll do that when we win the lottery. One of us.
Or when people start listening to the podcast.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Anything else you watched? Or?
No, that's the one I'll talk about. Yeah. What about you?
I watched a couple of things on Netflix.
Okay.
I started the last episodes of Ozark.
Please don't spoil it.
Oh, okay. I was going to tell you.
I haven't even watched a single episode yet. I'm one of those people.
Oh,
you know
okay.
that. But no, you talk about it.
Yeah.
So
I won't say anything then.
Okay.
Just it's really good.
Yeah. Is this the final? This is it?
Yeah, these are on the last episodes now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a consistently solid show, like through every season. It's one of the ones that just kind of gets better.
Right.
Like, kind of like a Breaking Bad, where you can't name a bad season of the show.
Right. Yeah.
This is the same. Yeah. I'm kind of sad that it's going to be ending, but I'm glad that they're wrapping it up before it goes off the rails.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you want to end on top when people want more.
Yeah.
Before it goes past that point of not caring anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What else?
And I started watching a game show.
Okay.
Hosted by Howie Mandel.
Oh yeah, I saw the preview for that. Bullshit or something?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It feels like we're living in the movie Idiocracy.
Right.
When, like, just with this coming out.
Okay.
Because it doesn't feel real when you're watching it. They're like, this is bullshit. We're going to call bullshit. And it's like, oh, I think you're bullshitting.
Oh, yeah.
It's a game show. There's one person gets asked a multiple choice question. Mm-hmm. There's 3 other people, and they have to pick if the person is bullshitting or if they actually know the answer.
Right, okay.
So when they pick their answer, they see if they're right or wrong. And they're like, oh, so how did you know this answer? And they give a little story about how they knew it.
Right.
If you're a good liar, then you're pretty good at it.
Okay.
It's funny, though, there was a lawyer, and he didn't make it very far at all.
That is funny.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've watched.
Okay.
Yeah. And another thing I watched this week, They Live.
Right.
Segue.
There you go.
The movie we're going to be reviewing today.
Yes.
1988, has a 7.2 on IMDb. Directed by horror legend John Carpenter.
Yep.
Not one of his more talked about movies.
No.
I'll let you give a little bit of a rundown on it.
Yeah. So, Nada, is that it? They never actually say his name in the movie?
Yeah.
But he's cast as Nada?
I think it's Nada.
Nada? Okay, Nada.
Yeah.
A down-on-his-luck construction worker discovers a pair of special sunglasses. Wearing them, he is able to see the world as it really is. People being bombarded by media and government with messages like, stay asleep, no imagination, submit to authority. Even scarier is that he is able to see some of the usual, normal-looking people are in fact ugly aliens in charge of a massive campaign to keep humans subdued.
Yeah, so spoilers.
Very much so.
Yeah, that description really gave the whole movie away.
It did, yeah.
But I mean, it came out in 1988. If you haven't seen it, then
yeah,
first time watch for you? Or?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
And for you, no?
I had seen it before, but last time I watched it, I wasn't paying full attention.
Okay.
Like those parts of it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this, but
right.
Most of it was kind of new to me.
Okay. So yeah, the cast, we have Rowdy Piper.
Yep.
Keith David, Meg Foster, George Flowers, and Peter Jason. Those are just the top 5 billing. We will be spoiling it, so if that description didn't give it away enough, we're going to talk a bit more in depth here.
It's funny, I was watching it, I'm like, Keith David, I was like, where do I know this guy from?
Yeah.
It's like, he sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy in Princess and the Frog.
The
Dr. like,
I can't remember his name, but
starts with F, like Dr. Fastili or something strange like that. But he's been in everything.
Yeah.
His voice is everywhere. Like, he's been in every movie. Like,
he's in a lot.
The Thing,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he shows up a lot.
Yeah.
runtime's an hour and 34 minutes. It's on, and it's pretty well an hour and 34-ish. There's only a couple minutes of credits.
Yeah.
The beginning, you could probably skip through, like the opening credits, because it's just kind of him walking around.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. There's some stuff that happens there that kind of feels like Shaun of the Dead almost.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't listen to the start of our podcast and you didn't know what the movie was about,
Right.
you wouldn't know what was going on, but you're watching it and you know that there's aliens.
Right.
Like, there's a guy standing there watching the TV not moving.
Exactly.
The preacher's going off and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Shaun of the Dead, it's like when he gets up to go to the store.
Yeah.
And there's like stuff happening around him and he's
That's
not
right.
realizing
That's funny.
it. That was the first thing I thought of there.
That's very true, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I felt with the opening was, have you seen First Blood with Stallone? He shows up and like,
oh yes,
it just had that sort of, he kind of looked similar-ish, you know.
Rambles in.
Yeah, he's just kind of walking into the new town and
yeah, I like that. Shows up like the littlest hobo.
That's right.
He's just like looking for work.
That's right. So I actually messaged you at one point.
Yeah.
I said I'm 30 minutes in. I don't have anything. At this point. Pretty well. The second I sent that, I push play again because I pause everything when I pick up my tablet. It started picking up.
Yeah.
So the first 30 minutes was very slow.
Yes.
It wasn't. I don't know. It didn't really keep me excited.
Yeah, if I had one complaint about the movie, that'd probably be it. Mm-hmm. Like, for the most part, not a lot happens in that first half hour.
Yeah, that's right.
And, like, he knows something's going on.
Uh-huh.
But even, it kind of feels like a cop stakeout movie or something,
Right.
like the way it's done.
Yeah.
Because you even have the music, like, John Carpenter's music is like dun 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 dun.
That's right.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like the old 80s cop movies.
That's
or something.
exactly it.
And you're just kind of like, what is going on? He like has binoculars, like spying on a church.
He's watching the church, and
it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Then as soon as he finds those sunglasses,
35 minutes in, he puts them on.
Yeah.
And about 40 minutes, the shit starts happening.
Yeah.
That's when he's kind of, we see him looking at sign, take it off, put it back, take it off, and it drags on a little bit, whatever.
Yeah.
But then he sees the first alien.
Yeah.
And the guy's fucking like, that guy was like maybe 115 pounds.
Yeah.
It's like, are you out of your mind? The guy's staring at you. You're going to call this fucking massive guy out for staring at you? What are you staring at? Like, who does that? Yeah. I would never do that.
Yeah. Talking to Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Exactly. So yeah, right around that 40-minute mark, shit starts happening.
Yeah. Some
funny stuff.
Oh man, it's good.
The old lady is the best. When I can't remember the exact phrase, but he's like, looks like your head's been in a cheese dip for 40 years or something. Or fell into a cheese dip 38 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Some good shit there.
Yeah, and then he's like, you're fucking ugly.
Yeah. And he's like, see, I take them off and she looks okay. I put them back on. You're fucking awful.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, that whole scene is great.
Yeah.
And then he has another good line there. It's like, you look like a pig dipped in perfume.
That's right.
Or poured perfume on a pig, I think it was.
Pour perfume
so
on a
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the movie, where he's starting to realize what's going on.
Yeah.
And, just looking at people. It's cool, too, because when he puts glass on, everything's in black and white.
Yeah.
And it gives the, like, aliens a pretty creepy looking...
Yeah, it does.
Like, look to them.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, there's some on TV talking and stuff that looks like probably puppets from the way it's done.
Right.
And then, I don't know if it looks all practical.
Yeah, I think so.
Been done in this.
Yeah. Yeah, they mix them in. Normal people walking, alien people, which look like normal people other than their faces are kind of skeleton-y. looking.
He even finds out that they die the same.
Yeah.
Shoots a couple of them.
That's right. Yeah, kind of turned into GTA.
Yeah.
Almost. Like, if you ever play GTA 4 or 5 or whatever, when you get guns and you just kind of wander around fucking people up.
Yeah.
That's essentially what he's doing. But he's not killing... He's only killing the aliens. Like,
yeah.
He got the glasses on, so he goes into the bank and...
drops his most famous line.
That's right. I'm here. I'm here to
kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
That's right.
He improv that. That was improvised.
Okay.
Well, sort of, I guess. He had written the line in like a notebook of things that he was writing to be like for his wrestling promos and stuff like that.
Okay.
John Carpenter was looking through it. And he's like, "Yeah, let's use that." Like,
okay,
that's great.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's funny because I've heard people say it over the years and have no idea where it came from.
Yeah. Okay.
And he just starts blasting.
Yeah,
he's a shotgun.
Yeah, he's got a shotgun and which he took off police. No, that was the other thing. Some of the police are aliens and other ones are not.
Yep.
But yeah, he gets guns and starts his GTA killings.
Yeah, and you have your like small group of people that are trying to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
That are like trying to broadcast on TV.
That's
and
right.
stuff,
Yeah,
like getting through the signals.
Yeah, pretty early on we see that happening, like fuzzy TV, and you getting pieces of messages and shit. Yeah.
If it was happening today, like if this was remade today, that would be Joe Rogan on his
That's
podcast.
Right.
You're like, listen, I'm telling you, there's aliens.
That's right.
Like,
Joe Rogan and Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Well, he's fucking full out.
He's probably saying all this stuff already.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be that part of the movie. And instead of having like the obey and shit like that,
Right.
you just have like social media influencers.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd probably be wearing those Pit Viper sunglasses instead of these ones that kind of look like Ray-Bans.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
I think we could remake this movie. Make it better than John Carpenter.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, he doesn't really know what he's doing, I don't think.
It's hit and miss with him for me.
Yeah.
Personally, but I get what you're saying. Now, Holly Thompson, the character played by Meg Foster.
Yeah.
I hate her, but she has the funniest moment of the movie when, because he kind of kidnaps her, or so, like, you know.
Yeah, he's trying to get away from the aliens.
Yeah,
so
he needs to relax for a few minutes. Yeah. Also, he mentions the sunglasses make it feel like a drug. Mm-hmm. Like when you take them off, it feels like you're coming down really hard.
Yeah.
We also hear later on it feels like a knife twisting in your brain.
Yeah.
If you wear them too long. So she mentions that she works at a TV station or something, and he's like, TV, yeah, they're putting things on TV, and he turns his back to her, and she fucking clubs him with a bottle or whatever, and it breaks over his head, and then he proceeds to break through her, I don't even know how many stories that was.
Yeah.
Building window. Yeah. Flips a few times and
rolls down a hill.
Oh, was I laughing at that?
Yeah.
Oh, it just looked so funny, and it came out of it. I kind of had a feeling maybe this was going to happen, but it surprised me.
Yeah, you weren't expecting him to smash through the window and go flying. Like, get hit with a bottle, sure.
Exactly. Go out that window and shows the outshot from like 5 stories down, and just as he's falling. It was great. Really funny.
Yeah.
Now, Keith David and him have that fight.
Yeah.
Okay. My note for the fight is that at one point he Nada,
yeah,
tries to punch him in the balls.
Yeah. And
his line is, I think it's like, "You dirty motherfucker."
Yeah.
Within 2 minutes of that, he bites him. Keith David's guy, he bites him. He pretends to help, like he helps him up off the ground as if the fight's over, then knocks him back down, and then he knees him in the balls.
Yeah.
I think 5 times.
Yeah.
Which is like, who's the dirty one?
Yeah.
Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Exactly.
Kneeing him in the balls over and over
Just
again.
over and over again.
Did you hear about this fight scene? Like, do you know?
I saw something about it was supposed to be short.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 20 seconds long.
Right.
Keith David and Piper, like, did choreography to get this huge, like, 5-minute long fight scene. And they're really, like, laying the shots in when it's not to the head or the nuts.
Right.
So if you're getting hit in the body and stuff, they're actually cracking each other. Carpenter loved it, so he just kept it in. And it's funny because it just keeps going on and on.
It does go on a long time. The sound, I was watching it, and it's kind of funny how good they make that shit look.
Yeah.
You know? Because clearly they're not punching each other in the face, but you wouldn't know that with the sound effects that they add in, which are classic punch sound effects from the 80s. And just the head movement and the body movement that they do, it looked really good.
Yeah.
They did the work, and it showed.
Yeah. And Piper may be one of the best wrestlers turned actors. Like, Hulk Hogan's not good.
Hulk Hogan. Oh, yeah. Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain, or whatever it's called.
Santa with muscles.
Although I do like Hulk Hogan in Rocky 3 as Thunderlips. He's fucking
yeah.
great. But he's essentially playing an embellished thing of himself.
Yeah.
Also.
And he's in Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what do you expect? I'm a bad guy now.
Yeah.
But The Rock started out rough. He's come a long way.
Yeah.
As far as...
I find The Rock almost does the same...
Yeah.
thing over and over again.
Yeah, it was like his career.
Yeah, exactly.
In wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few. But...
Yeah, Ronda Rousey's probably your favorite?
And that's we'll talk about how she got her name.
Yes.
Makes me hate this guy. Why would you give that permission? Ugh.
Yeah. Let us know if there's any other wrestlers turned actors we're not thinking of. Stone Cold, I guess, was in The Condemned, and
and Expendables 1.
Yeah,
he's done a few action
and
things.
then he's been on a TV show, like a CSI or something.
The guy in Guardians of the Bautista. Batista.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, but again, he hasn't. Well, he did that one movie with the daughter. I think he's like an agent or something.
Oh yeah,
but it'd be good to see. Oh, and what about John Cena?
John Cena. He's come a long way.
John Cena's done some funny movies.
Yeah. He was great in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. What is it? Cock Blockers, that movie.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
There's a scene, I think it's in the trailer, where he's putting panties in his mouth and he's telling his wife how he's going to do all this fucked up shit, and she's like, "Those are your daughters." It is. His reaction is fucking hilarious. He's really funny in that.
Yeah. It's so funny seeing... Like, anyone who has any interest in wrestling, go back and watch on YouTube, like, John Cena's debut in the WWE. Because he comes in, and he's just, like, the most stereotypical, like, plain character you would ever see.
Yeah.
Just, like, a jacked guy in shorts. And he goes from that to just becoming, like, one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. But, yeah, it's pretty
funny.
interesting.
Okay.
And I think Randy Orton has done some movies, and The Miz. All right, I'll shut up.
I know Kane. One more.
Yeah.
Kane has done horror. I've never seen... I don't think I've seen anything that he's done, but I've heard his movies are good. See No Evil?
See No Evil, yeah.
I've heard that's good. I've never seen it.
Me either. Maybe we'll have to do an episode on that one.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, let us know, because we're for sure forgetting people.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. But yeah.
Yeah. Back to the show.
Yes.
Yeah, the fight scene, great.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I did too.
If I had have seen this sooner, it probably would have made my list of top 10 fight scenes.
Yes, yeah.
Because even when Keith David stands up, you can see the back of his head. It's like all... It looks like it's been skinned or something from hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Like, they're in rough shape.
And it is funny, because the whole fight is for... he wants him to put sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And he just, at the end of it, puts them... Like, he kind of puts them on for him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, see? And it's like, oh... We didn't have to have this 5-minute UFC fucking brawl. We could have just UFC one brawl. Yeah, just kind of funny how it could have all been avoided if he had just been like, all right, give me the glasses. I'll put the damn things on.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's like, it'll shut you up here.
Yep. Jumping ahead, they get to the meeting thing that they're going to. Mm-hmm. They have contact lenses now.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
easier. But did you find that when they still did the shots of them, it was still in black and white?
Mm-hmm.
Are the contact lenses like sunglasses then to them? Because it was weird.
I just assume that's how they see things.
Okay.
Like, because you're seeing the posters and everything like Obey and
Right.
stuff like that. And they're all, I assume, just black and white.
Okay.
So I assume everything was.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I did notice a few like little bloopers where there's people like shooting at them and stuff.
Right.
And you'd see them as the aliens shooting and they'd be like tucked down behind the wall.
Okay.
And then it would flip to them as humans, like
Right.
your view of it, and they'd be like standing up on the ledge, like shooting.
okay.
Like it wasn't the same.
Not the same.
It wasn't lining up.
Right.
Things like that. But
Okay.
minor gripe.
Yep. Yeah, that meeting that they go to ended abruptly. All hell breaks loose. There's literally nothing. Like he's having a conversation, and then all of a sudden, the wall explodes, and there's gunfire and mayhem.
It's so funny when the wall explodes.
Yeah.
Because it's like Piper and Meg Foster?
Yeah, Meg Foster, yeah.
Yeah, Holly. They're standing there talking.
Yeah.
The wall explodes and they go flying.
They go flying. And yeah, just shooting. There's no real... It's mayhem. Like, people are grabbing guns trying to shoot back.
Yeah.
I have the death count. That we'll talk about it at the end here, but I'll just say it now. There's essentially 19 deaths in that 4 minutes or whatever it takes.
And the way this part's shot, like, feels pretty real. Like,
yeah,
it's just like military coming in and just wiping people out.
People are running.
Yeah.
They're getting shot in the back. They try to pull grenades. They're just getting lit up.
Yeah.
There's a few really good kills in there.
Yeah.
You see like the blood in the front end blow out the back on like a wall or whatever.
Yeah.
It looked really cool.
There's another guy that gets shot and he drops and like starts seizuring.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that. Like,
yeah, there's some rough shit there.
Yeah.
But,
it's there's some big like sort of action pieces in this for a Carpenter movie. Like there's that, and then earlier on there's like the homeless area where they're all staying in like the sheds.
That's right.
And
they break that up.
Yeah, they just bring like bulldozers in and just tear it all down.
That's
There's
right.
people running and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess Carpenter actually brought in homeless people.
Okay.
And like fed them and gave them a paycheck for that part of the movie. Yeah, just pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Carpenter does... Did he do Assault on Precinct 13?
Yeah.
Okay, so he does do some action.
Yeah.
And I guess, is it Escape from New York has some action in it too, right?
That's true. Yeah, there's more than I'm thinking.
I think he's pretty well either horror or action.
Yeah.
Or horror action.
Yeah.
Which this one kind of falls in.
Action.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Holly, though, basically that whole shit happens. They end up, Keith David and Piper go through an office thing. They escape the initial barrage. They kill a bunch more people. The kills in this are insane. There's so many.
There is. They find a watch too.
Yes.
Because these aliens all have watches.
I forgot. I had a note about that. That's one of the things that I really liked about the aliens when he's trashing that old woman.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You ugly fucking, whatever." She talks into it like a CIA agent would, like, or a Secret Service guy in the old days or whatever.
She's just like, we have one that can see.
Exactly. And then you see more of them, like, talking, and they're like, oh, he's a blonde guy, he's tall, he's here, he's going this direction or whatever. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that, too. And, yeah, like you said, they do find one. And they're able to, disappear if they do this function thing.
Yeah. And
the watch is on the ground and it actually opens up like a portal thing. And they jump into it and it takes them into... And then closes.
Yeah.
So you can't be followed or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And yeah, they get underneath this thing. It's a whole...
Yeah, like an underground bunker city, basically.
And there's a whole crew of people down there that are... for this or whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of like the elite, I guess,
right.
now. Like,
Yeah.
They're all at this big gala type
That's
party.
The gala, yeah. Now they find Holly, and they... I hate Holly.
Yeah, me too.
She gets Keith David. They shoot some people, and then she just shoots them in the head. We don't get to see it.
Yeah.
But, I was just like, I hate this woman.
Yeah.
And...
I don't think it's a very good twist either.
I don't think so either.
Like, early on, she's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
And then she shows up again like, oh, I thought I killed you.
Exactly.
And then, she just shows up at this party, or at the, like, gathering of all the resistance type people. And you're like, well, why is she here?
Yeah.
Like, they don't explain why she showed up or anything.
Exactly.
And so you're kind of right off the bat, like, I don't know about you, Holly.
Yeah. And she shoots him. It's sad. It sucked.
Yeah.
I hated it. And what made it actually worse is that, he kills her in the end.
Yeah.
But we don't... All we see is him shoot and her tip over, like a 2x4 tipping. We don't get to see anything like... This is somebody you want to see, like, a headshot or something.
Exactly.
Or a blood squib or whatever they're called explode on her.
Yeah.
She kind of went like, and tipped over.
Yeah.
Bummer. But, yeah.
Probably one of the best endings.
I was just going to say, I like that. Are you talking about when he shoots the thing and then...
And then everybody can see.
Everybody can see
it's
without the glasses
so funny.
on. Very funny.
Yeah, the movie ends like on a punchline.
That's
basically.
Right. Yeah.
Because, everyone can see the aliens. I love the color of the aliens, actually.
Yeah.
When you see them not in black and white.
That's right. They're
like blue and pink.
Yeah.
And it's like the old 50s diners color of alien.
That's right.
The movie ends with a girl riding a guy.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, what's wrong, babe? Yeah. And she's looking down scared, and he's an alien.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts off. That's the end.
That's it.
It's so funny.
I don't have anything else other than my final wrap-up.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, I think that first 30 minutes kind of took me out a little bit. It affected the rest of the movie for me.
Yeah.
I can see why people like it seems to have a cult following now.
It does, yeah.
It just fell flatter for me, but no real reason other than maybe I just wasn't into it all that much this time.
Yeah.
If I watch it again, it may change, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think in a different mood and knowing what you're going into, it might.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
No, I don't think so. It was a little weird seeing Roddy Piper being so quiet in the first.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, growing up, watching him on TV, he was like screaming and yelling all the time. One of the best talkers in wrestling.
Okay.
Loved him.
51 people die. Now, I had kept the first 9 or 8, and then I was like, that mayhem started, and I actually had to go to YouTube, and I watched the thing, and it counted them for me. So, it's other than the first 2, which I assume those people died when the cops are beating them with the clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all shootings.
Yeah.
Other than shoots a cop, shoots a bank guard, shoots a guy in the bank, shoots the bank teller, shoots down that flying drone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the building, there's like 20 kills in there. And then they shoot the guard, shoot a guard, shoot another guard. Then they shoot a bunch of guards.
Yep.
And then Holly shoots Frank, and then Nada shoots Holly, and then guards shoot Nada.
Yeah.
It's like nothing but shooting.
Yeah.
So I don't have a favorite. Like I say, in that warehouse scene, there are some cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned them. As for worst, I don't have a worst one either.
No.
And nothing made me jump. Actually, when she hit him with that bottle and he fell out the window, that surprised me a little bit. And the explosion scene.
The exploding wall?
Yeah.
That made me jump a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a scare jump. It was an action jump.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Spooky, scary, terrifying.
Spooky. Below spooky.
Yeah. I don't even know if this is horror.
No.
It's more action.
Yeah. Action-y with a sci-fi twist of horror, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's really light on the horror.
Very
element.
much so.
Onto ratings.
Ratings. So I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Pretty close to what people are rating it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 7.2, I think, right now.
That's
or
right,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd go... I think I'm going to go like 7.5.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Not my favorite John Carpenter movie, though.
No.
I don't know. I might rewatch it again down the road. It sort of has that weird... I don't know if you'll understand what I mean, but John Carpenter movies sort of have like a comfort vibe to them or something.
Okay.
Like, if you want to watch something like relaxing, I would put on like Halloween or like The Fog or something.
Okay.
This kind of falls into that category too. I don't know what it is about John Carpenter, but his movies just are relaxing.
Yeah, calm you. Relaxing. Okay.
Yeah, so...
That kind of makes sense to me, I guess. Yeah, I get it.
I don't know if it's his music or what.
Yeah.
I would also like to do an episode sometime on Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
I love that one. It's fun.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done... Like I say, with him, he's hit and miss with me.
Yeah.
I either love him or it's... I don't think I've hated anything he's done, but I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wonder if there's a proper John Carpenter collection out there yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be nice to get.
Yeah.
Anyway, that will do it for this week. Thank you for listening. Make sure to subscribe to the show so you catch every episode every week. And we'll be back next week with something a little bit different. Bye.